side of pzooo, Badguy, but a little bit more weird on the side of a Bedman here from Scout.
All right, and we got Scout from Canada, so a little bit of that cross-country matchup here. Empty Low is going to take that burst almost immediately, and now we're just having Aubfox in a great position, keeping things safe and simple, but a quick mash out from Scout. It's going to get met by a Volcanic Viper.
Alright, but we will be finding that hit there with the Beyblade. Burst comes out from Aubfox, but a fantastic re-approach from Scout. We'll be making our way back in, closing that distance, and then setting up these traps on screen, making that approach tricky from Aubfox. We find that way in, and we find the wall bounce as well to initiate this combo. Drops it just there. And things are going to be looking pretty tough here. YRC Gunflame, Volcanic Viper.
Nice answer. The counter hit get in the juggle. Really good. That extra high bed slam. Just something that Aubfox had all the time in the world to react to.
Start us off, and a decent amount of damage taking Scout all the way to the corner. We've seen Scout have some great mash outs before. We'll see if we're going to see that once again. Fafnir going to whiff and going to get punished. Presents Scout an opportunity to get set up here in mid-screen.
Now this tricky offense is going to be the hard part. I like that. Backing up, recognizing we do have a DP ready to go. Getting some nice damage, gets to rewind on the bed slam, but we have a small drop, immediate burst into a bed slam, but tech DP almost got the combo and counter hit.
Yeah, I really like how Scout is actually restructuring our offense here, especially now that we're in the corner, by going more for these bed slams and these rewind bed slams because of how Aubfox likes to escape the corner with options like Riot Stamp, with options like Volcanic Viper as well, and just baiting those out, setting up the rewind, and then going in for that punish. Really good stuff.
Yeah, got punished for trying to crouching heavy there. Not really the right answer against the Airborne Soul. He's going to start looping this pressure with the combo damage in the corner. Got a lot of meter here, and resetting with the 5k anti-air right into another loop. We do have the burst, so Scout picked that right spot. No air throw, we got the option select into the combo. Not quite a finish there yet, though.
That will be a perfect for Aubfox to close out game number 1 over Scout. Looking very clean there in that last round and jumping right into the next one. Things were looking a little tougher there for round 2 where Scout was able to get things started. But so far, Aubfox has been doing a great job at just walling out Scout and preventing Scout from really getting any good leeway, especially with well-timed bursts as well.
Oh yeah, really good. And you know, having those tools like Soul does for anti-airs that deal with a lot of kind of the things that Bedman has on the table. So we're releasing a couple of counter hit Volcanic Vipers against the bed slam, leading to either some pressure. Then you're also going to have just the wild throws, which is going to be another strong option. Keeping that burst safe, getting a big block, and reversing a Fortune Scout, eating so much damage here into a perfect combo with the knockdown.
Yeah, this is such a tough position to come back from. And that's going to be, yeah, a very reasonable guard cancel coming in from Scout, not wanting to deal with the Gunflame YRC mix from Aubfox. And now taking Aubfox to the corner. We've seen what Scout can do once we have Aubfox locked in. And that's going to be a throw, mixing up that offense just enough to deal some real damage here. Volcanic Viper going to come through in response to the bed slam from Scout. No meter.
Doing it for YRC, yeah, just reapplying pressure, but the mashup 2P classic. Unfortunately, the Spinneroonie is going to get blocked. It's going to be a quick hit, and putting Aubfox now here on match point, as they found a good job of clutching stuff out. Although Scout's picking these anti-airs pretty well. It's just those small moments where Aubfox decides to bust out and pop out have been so strong, and another small combo drop on the air-to-air. It's going to let Aubfox get some momentum.
Yeah, momentum indeed, as we don't even need to find a combo to take Scout to the corner, but a Fafnir counter hit will really seal it. Look at the damage we're about to see from Aubfox right there. Half of Scout's health just gone in a moment. Find that 2D into the Gunflame Oki, into the wild throw yet again. Is burst coming? No, it looks like we're trying to maybe bait that out, but we had like a weird small drop there in that combo. That's going to be giving Scout momentum back.
Right, gets the overhead, but a wake up, crouching heavy slash into the block on the burst. OTG for the finish. No, we're just going to set up a one-touch here. Scout has to be careful, but the jump P has it. Aubfox 2-0 in a pretty solid close match between the two to kick things off here at TNS.
To get more eyes on this game, because all the time, every single time I watch those YouTube VODs on for the Twitch, sorry, not for the TNS channel, I'm always like seeing people saying like, oh, I didn't know XR was still going on in 2026 or 2025. So it's always really cool to see people can still support the game out there as well.
All right, well, it was a good match here. Rayan, like Crayon, up against Nano. Millia versus the Raven on Nano's side, as Nano's getting a little bit of pressure going. Has been some bar, but the crouch confirms going to lead into the Lance. Small drop, try to get a catch to the 5K on the tech, but nothing in its ability to land through.
Yeah, unfortunately, also seeing some small drops here from Nano as well. We saw that 5H, but couldn't get into the 6S there. Try to go for the very cheeky air command grab, but that's not going to work out here for Nano, as Rayan really cleans up that round right there.
Yeah, great job. You know, Raven's going to have to defend against a lot of this. We might be able to go into the stance a couple of times to charge, do certain things, but with the mobility that Millia has behind her, it's going to be tricky to kind of like, one, get the right spacing you might want to be at, but so far, Nano with the counter hit, that was huge. There's the burst out from Rayan.
And just trying to use our giant buttons to our advantage. Will find that throw, however, but because so much time has gone by since we got that command grab, there's been a lot of decay, so we don't have that full gauge there for Raven just yet, but we won't need it. Just really abusing those long buttons, like I said before, to poke out Rayan from afar.
Yeah. So far, you can see Nano with some good choices for kind of how they're approaching the round starts. A jump forward punch just to kind of control that airspace, and then seeing what Rayan is doing, catching them out right. We catch the tech with the command grab. That was great.
Alright, yeah, no, this is looking way more in Nano's favor. Lots of meter on our side as well. Really holding that stance, hoping to bait out an attempt at a throw there from Rayan, but not going to work out. Just a little too slow. Nano back into mid-screen where we're very comfortable being, and we find that throw. Yet again, Raven pressure is just so tricky with that glide because of the ways he can loop those overheads into the lows, be very ambiguous about it, or just straight up go for a throw like that.
Yeah, no, super good. And just keeping the meter in situations, having the needle YRC, especially when you recognize your opponent's block the needle and just getting that swoop right in and just forcing that pressure. I think Nano's usage of bar has been really solid. Getting caught out though by the cross-up after the Millia disc. No hard knockdown and avoids the bad mood into the RC. We're going to see another burst here. No, we're just going to let Nano start getting some excitement.
One thing you can see that Nano is really favoring here is that air command grab to call those jump out options from Rayan. But we're also seeing a lot of these needles from ourselves as well in an attempt to slow down Rayan, because if you don't know, Raven's projectile actually does slow down the opponent on hit. And with such a mobile character like Millia, that is something you absolutely want to debuff her with.
You know, we're seeing Rayan now on the back foot as Nano's on match point. Rayan trying to like counter poke and preemptively stop the approach from Nano, but Nano's been doing a good job of just selecting the right moments to swoop right in. Hope the Raven nevermore, but it may be Rayan who may be nevermore on the winner's side. We find the dive, and we're gonna get some excitement going.
Yeah, there it is, ending the fight early into the low, not going for that overhead. Couldn't find the ender, but it's okay. Nano still looking really good. Going to be finding the knockdown into the orb, and you're going to be stuck here still in the corner. Rayan, however, finding a way out into just a random standing overhead that's going to be blowing out Nano for just a little bit, but not long enough.
Good chase down. No tech into the grab there, but we'll get the jump heavy. One more touch, anything will do. It's going to be the YRC off of the armored stance into the cross-up grab. Nano takes that 2 over Rayan. Sending.
Yeah, it looks like mightyjoey going to be rocking the Faust, because if I remember correctly, mightyjoey is a Teddy player, right?
Mm-hmm. One of the best to do it in the P4U, and now setting their sights on with a different kind of RNG on the Faust.
Here we go. So yeah, this is going to be a pretty frantic matchup here. You know, Venom has such a fantastic ability to just control the screen by setting up these pool balls, but so does mightyjoey. If you try to set up these pool balls from full screen, you're also going to be giving mightyjoey an opportunity to be able to toss out so many of these projectiles, so many of these items that are going to be pretty much just an eyesore on the screen for you to have to deal with.
Yeah, and like, yeah, the items you can set up. And then you have to have specific formations to really deal with Faust. Almost had the conversion off to the 6P into the hammer throw. It's been hammers aplenty. We're going to the hardware store here. A little bit of oil slick. Nice deviance here to avoid it. The burst out from mightyjoey into another mini Faust. It's going to control the mid-screen and force pzooo to have to make some space.
Yeah, I like what you mentioned right there. Forcing pzooo to actually just jump up in the air, so mightyjoey was able to lock him down. And even though the mini Faust didn't hit, we're able to find a little bit of hits on our own by finding that air-to-air conversion. But right now, pzooo is finding the corner conversion right here, going for the chip and the meter drain there with the super, and mightyjoey is just checkmated out of the game.
Yeah, whipping that command grab after the J2 K cancel, missing that up a little bit with the FDC, let pzooo get the knockdown, set up Dark Angel. But mightyjoey's been getting first blood pretty well here. Gets the last hit of 2K into the hard knockdown. Mini Faust again, instant overhead is good. There's the burst on the side of pzooo.
Yeah, just going to run up, go for the 2K mix here, and the pogo combo as well. Try to swap sides, take mightyjoey back into the corner. But there was a bit of an awkward combo there for mightyjoey. It's okay that we have such a huge health beat right here. We have 50 meters still, and we're going to be using it at the end of this combo if it doesn't kill. But it looks like it will. mightyjoey taking a round in response to things up.
Yeah, scalpel pull, you're seeing the spots that mightyjoey is picking out, catching all of the pull setups into that big damage you get off of it. Some nice items again available if we're going to push pzooo into the corner, and the big little homie coming out.
Oh my gosh. Raph, have we been counting these like mini Fausts? Because mightyjoey's been getting a lot of them.
I think mightyjoey's items have been fantastic. I've not seen there's not been any candy bars, there's not been any donuts, it's all been just attack items. The poison's probably the weakest thing you're gonna see there, but all beyond that, it's just been a menace here for pzooo to get around.
Where's the food, man? It's another mini Faust! How's he getting to do this?
Kitchen's closed, bro. Kitchen is been closed here, so there is nothing for you to munch on.
Alright, here we go. pzooo finally getting an opportunity to escape the corner. And right now we have pretty good control here of the screen. You have to be a little bit worried of the fact that mightyjoey has 100 meter, especially with the door mix, if we catch pzooo at a wrong time. But so far, this item luck seems to be running out here for mightyjoey as we're not finding the ones that we need in this moment. And I love that pzooo was so ready to catch mightyjoey on that 6H attempt.
Yeah, Stinger YRC. Great there as a reversal, just in that moment. Hasn't really used that too much. Has been consistent, like using the meter for other purposes with the FDs, as well as hoping to set up these knockdowns to Dark Angel. Gets to run up throw. This pzooo now in full control here. mightyjoey's gonna have to start defending throughout all this pressure. pzooo working a lot of bar as well.
Oh, there it is, overhead coming through. mightyjoey spending that burst, getting himself out of the corner for just a little bit. Oil slick coming down there on pzooo, but not really going to do too much here.
Oh, love connects. Bomb bag into wake up 2D. And yeah, just jump into the mini Faust to get rid of it and letting pzooo get more space here as they're maintaining a strong lead and keeping the pressure on mightyjoey.
Yeah, keeping the pressure strong. Indeed, yeah, this is absolutely a Dark Angel setup here. mightyjoey, no meter left to use, and just staring death right in his face, seeing pzooo setting up the 1-2-3 combo with the pool brawls and sending mightyjoey to the next round here. This is set point for pzooo.
Again, it's just been making the most of those little moments, and remembering that Faust is not going to have any kind of ways to get out of situation inside of an FD or the dead angle, so it's harder under pressure, and Venom can really put overwhelming amount of that on you. As right now you see mightyjoey stuck back in this corner. 6P's gonna whiff, but we do get the 2D into the item throw. Some more pressure here on the side of mightyjoey.
Ooh, Burst Dark Angel will connect. No, it will not. But that is all of your meter gone. Just like that. And we're also going to be building up just enough meter for another Dark Angel if we want to use it in this pressure sequence. We will not, though. Have to go for the Blitz Shield instead.
Poison connects and saves it from the Blitz. The jump over is going to get cat out by the 6P from Venom. Almost had to confirm. Jump slash may have worked against that, what we saw there from pzooo, but pzooo full for the life. Slight lead. mightyjoey at least has a burst available. A little bit of bar. Nice. Teleporting right into the big little homie. And then we're going to find the anti-air from mightyjoey to stay alive.
mightyjoey once again taking pzooo to round number 3. Can we close it out? That is the question. Meteors going to get avoided. I love pzoo's item awareness as well. Consistently avoiding these meteors, consistently avoiding these mini Fausts despite how many mightyjoey is able to find, and constantly being in such a great space. I think the only time we've seen pzoo slip up was that teleport in the previous round, but so far we're looking really strong.
Yeah, but we're stuck in this corner of the situation. We have the meteors available, so it's going to get punished because of the charge blitz. It's giving a big opportunity, but the jump P into the full sequence. pzoo already in control. The blitz, not quite a dead angle, and jumping right into the tech on the 5K. Any of mightyjoey has the lead. Dive kicks there, 6 heavy counter hit. Oh my gosh, so much damage.
Yeah, pzoo's just always so ready for these 6H attempts here from mightyjoey, and there it is, the scalpel on the leg. Going to be catching pzoo, and mightyjoey through thick and thin. Multiple round 3s against pzoo evens up the set count here to a 1-1.
Oh man, we're getting our okie dokes on. mightyjoey skirts away with that one after some shenanigans, but it would not be a Faust match if that were not the case. Going my way is going to connect after the jump 2K, but wake up 2D, low profiling, most of the things that Faust may have available, and the 6P beating out the scalpel.
Alright, going to just hold this pressure right here. Not really too sure what to do. It seems like mightyjoey in the spectator seat at the moment. That's going to be a throw coming in from pzoo, and this is just looking like a round sealed in pzoo's favor. Dark Angel pretty much going to seal it here as mightyjoey is stripped of his defensive resources.
Yeah, that mad struggle at the end there using the heavy version. It's going to put pzoo at that coveted match point in our first 1-1 set here. Now we're starting to see we restocked on the snacks. mightyjoey getting out some candy bars. Listen, mini Faust is helping out here, and you see pzoo just like, okay, that's fine. No big deal.
Yeah, and sometimes just very willing to get hit by it as long as we can put out another hitbox to trade with mightyjoey and prevent him from being able to advance when the mini Faust makes its mark. I think we're just going to be seeing a similar situation from that previous round where pzoo is just going to be able to set up a checkmate corner position on mightyjoey or not. Bomb coming out, having to respect it as mightyjoey is able to continue this pressure, send pzoo to full screen. I talked about before, you got to be very careful with how you set up these blue balls because of how mightyjoey can just toss out a lot of items, but so far the items we've been tossing out have not been impactful as we set out 3 choices in a row. Where are our mini Faust? There it is, finally coming out. Will it be enough here? pzoo still has that teleport in the bag.
Speaking of bags, head bomb bag gets avoided. The burst there, pzoo doesn't bait it out. Scalpel connects. We're going to see a burst here. 5K to 2D. There's the gold burst. Dark Angel, no, push-up run out. Now we're setting yourself up in jail. Chipp is available. Any little piece here can finish the job. mightyjoey almost out of bar, but gets a jump heavy. One more pull ball. Double hit Morbid's gonna miss. We have some meter for the FD, gonna YRC. We're almost out of bar, and the 6P anti-air will find its hit, and pzoo staying strong, staying solid.
Pat, and looks like we'll be seeing that Kum versus the Chipp here.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1.
All right.
This is like, oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, you got it.
This is an XRD Tuesday classic, seeing these two play each other in the ladder a lot. Pat has been, in the current arc, has been really strong and has shown a lot of improvement and consistency. But it is Haehyun. It is, I just need to hit you at least twice or 3 times, and that can be a wrap, as you already see the glass cannon Chipp losing already half the HP.
Yeah, I let you go because I feel like you had something more impactful to say than me. But everything you said there was completely correct here. We just need that 1 or 2 good hits here against Chipp, and we pretty much just delete that health bar. Kum is able to just loop that pressure on Chipp, make it very hard for him to escape. Right now, we're going to be seeing it right here with the red ball coming out. The blue one coming out as well. The way we can control them to chase down Pat and lock down Pat as well is going to be very important.
Opportunity here. Gets blitzed though into a quick 5P. Not enough to finish it, but the back jump air throw is going to stuff the teleport as Pat try to make an escape.
Keep on rocking.
Yeah, fantastic awareness right there. Joy staying at the perfect range to be able to catch that teleport there from Pat. And we're seeing a pretty similar round start here where Pat's going to be able to get this early lead.
Oh, doesn't get the
But
knockdown.
now you kind of cornered yourself.
Oh, we saw the cross-up kick in the air come out from Joy, where it was the perfect position for Pat to have to spend the bar to maybe get a punish or let Joy get some pressure. Just a crossover side. Gamma Blade's going to come out, not going to connect again. Pat stuck in the corner. Great IBs against this pressure here as Joy goes for the jump up, jump K into a throw. Cute.
They're going YRC, chase down Pat. Trade. That is massive as Pat will be able to be able to get the better end of the stick on that one and finish off of that round, evening us up, taking us to round number 3 here. Game number 1, Pat once again going to be drawing the early first blood here against Joy, but a big throw is going to be swinging the momentum into Joy's favor.
Instead of going for the sandwich, went for the same side red orb just to push Pat to the corner. Dead angle out though on the side of Joy with the charge, kick, and good blocks as Pat's just avoiding getting his life erased, and a Gamma Blade punish even better.
Okay, aggressive burst right there, but Pat still has an opportunity to escape the corner. We saw it right there. Now has Joy in the corner, spending the super to lock down Joy.
And Rocket Game burst back here. 2K, 2D into the finish sequence. Has the meter just to make sure it's over. Small drop, but we're going to find a quick hit again as Pat of a flip takes that first one with a nice reversal of fortune for going down pretty handy in that first round.
Yeah, so far Pat in these last 2 rounds has been starting each round off strong and continues to keep that momentum all the way through. So we'll see if that will be the same case here. Joy, once again, going to be finding that knockdown into the red orb, but it's always a question of, can we keep this pressure going? Can we keep Pat locked down? That's always one of the hardest things to do here for Joy, but so far we're doing it incredibly well. At the start of this round, 20 seconds gone already, and so much of Pat's health already gone as well. No more bursts on the table, no more meter. Has to deal with this red orb pressure, and we're doing our best, but the throw is going to be in, and the overhead comes in as well.
Finally hits that overhead where Pat has been doing pretty well against it, but had lost so much life, didn't even get a chance to play much anymore. Joy utilizing the air Hayabusa pretty well, keeps Haehyun airborne just a little bit longer. And there you go, 2P mash, one of the best 2P mashes in the game, playing that Abare, just making sure we take our turn. Oh my goodness, one more time off the wall, but we don't get any big damage off of it, or we let some go at least.
Great blocks. Ooh, fantastic JK there from Pat. Keep the Joy at bay. Take our turn back here. Into the grab. Uh-oh.
Gonna stop. Still in the corner. Jumps out. And an up back. Cross-up kick is good. The 2P to bait the burst. And game 1 to Joy as Pat tried to make that escape there. But unfortunately, Joy had that right just burst safe sequence. Just hitting the chop.
Yeah, that was just such a scrambly final moment there between Joy and Pat. And that is going to be bringing us to game number 3, which I'm sure will be just as close here. Lots of just defense coming from Joy. Let me find that knockdown into the blue orb, but not the red orb, so we're not going to be able to keep Pat down as long as we like.
Air Hayabusa just being a huge menace. Air teleport again, getting sniped by the up back air throw as Joy is just making great reads against Pat. We're going to find another counter hit Air Hayabusa. And 2H anti-air. Pat being patient, it's just not mattering as Joy's like timings have been so frustrating to deal with.
I mean, Pat's been patient, but also Joy is arguably even more patient in some of these situations as well. We had Pat back with his back up against the wall, right? just jumping around, waiting to see what Pat's going to do. It's like, okay, yeah, Pat's not going to do anything. So now is my opportunity to keep this corner pressure going. But now, speaking of corner pressure, Pat's going to be able to try to secure some of our own, but Joy's playing that burst at the right moment. It's going to be sending Pat back here to mid-screen, where Joy can just stick out these big buttons and force Pat to have to work around them.
Okay, there we go. Got the punish from the Hayabusa with the Gamma Blade. Be great here for Pat if he can close out and get this match point. The steering on the Air Hayabusa made it easier for Pat to get the punish, as Joy's tricks of the trade are starting to betray pattheflip match point.
Late attempt, not going to do too much there. Alright, Pat's going to put Joy into the corner. Here, Hayabusa is coming down, and that will be an early burst here from Pat in this round.
That is like the move of the set. The amount of Air Hayabusas that have just frustrated and just traumatized Pat here. Another big grab into the red Orboki, blocks the low. Big advantage and a jump dust. Saves the day, but the blitz is a good answer in response.
Yeah, just going straight into the super here for the clean knockout. Joy taking us to a final game, final round. What can we do here against these Air Hayabusas, or just a raw kick coming in from Joy, and we get the full loop here against Pat. Look at that damage, the lead we have built up. Pat staying the burst, but what can we do now? We have no meter after specking the wire C. We have no health. We got so much to work through against Joy. We gotta be going into flow here with Chipp to be able to take this win.
Tough spot here, try to catch, but a jump back dust is going to give Pat a chance to put on some pressure on this offense. Same side, but no meaty. Doesn't get a jump in, doesn't get a follow-up. Teleports back in, gets the 6P, goes for the overhead reset. Pat, one more hit away from getting the life lead here. Is going to go invisible. There's a big jumping conversion. A tech out. pattheflip with the life lead.
Air Hayabusa coming down, gets blocked. Tries to go into the blue orb immediately. Joy spending that burst. Finally, one touch away for pattheflip, and one touch away for Joy, and the kick is going to be able to do it as we find the final burst bait, and Joy takes it over the pattheflip.
XRD Tuesday Classic as bdonp, who's been showing up regularly and having a good runs here with the Faust, or with the Slayer. We're going up against XRD mainstay and one of Guilty Gear's strongest supporters in the Frosty Faustings event organizer, ElvenShadow.
And yeah, it's really funny seeing mightyjoey play earlier, because I was going to make a joke about how ElvenShadow's item luck is usually not the best. So we'll see what it ends up being. Or like sometimes like it's pretty good, and a lot of times recently at least, I've seen like his item luck being really weird. But this is not the best matchup here for Slayer. The fact that we have so many big buttons here from ElvenShadow, big moves like the scalpel right there, going to make it hard for Slayer to try and approach with his linear movement options.
And the recovery of the 6 heavy from Faust, low profiling the dandy step, just low profiling the paw bunker. We're gonna get a bomb back here. It's gonna hit. No more meter for bdonp to save the bacon. So ElvenShadow takes that first round, setting the pace. Like Chat's just saying, yeah, and before 4 meteors in a row, where ElvenShadow gets the rare gotcha pool from
right.
the SSR meteors.
Like I joke about ElvenShadow item luck being weird, and then I also see him, pull out like 3 jackpot meteors in a row, and I'm like, okay, whatever, man, you got it, you win.
bdonp right into the bomb, almost had a small pickup there. ElvenShadow with the lead. A lot of scalpel pulls, a lot of choices here, making it so hard for bdonp to approach, and it's just been multiple bombs in a row. So frustrating as bdonp just wants to get close.
Okay, ElvenShadow gave bdonp a little treat on the way. Jackpot Hammer comes out. We're not close enough to actually make a mark there on bdonp. Into the bomb bag, but you can just jump right up into it.
Tough spot here. There's the drill. One more touch. ElvenShadow take that first game, and the crosswise heal actually gonna not work out, as ElvenShadow, with full screen zoning and just a commanding lead, takes that first game.
Yeah, ElvenShadow is playing like a man who has played a million Slayers already and knows how this matchup works. But also, like I said before, just a good matchup in general here for Faust. So I'm sure ElvenShadow is feeling rather comfortable.
Right, and Slayer being kept away by just a small little puddle. Harder to just even walk or dash forward under the duress, but starting to get some hits, try to dash in. ElvenShadow matches it and gets a good reversal to turn the tides.
So expect the bomb there. So low into 2K. Yeah, then taking bdonp into the corner. So for the poison. Good block so far here from bdonp. We gotta get out. There it is. Tries to find the dash. Oh no, but we went for it multiple times, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to find it. As ElvenShadow finds his counter hits multiple times in a row.
And drop the punish on the going my way. Off the pogo, that's pretty punishable landing in there, but bdonp just couldn't quite find the button to check it. And the throw from ElvenShadow keeps him alive. Match point. Oh
okay,
my god, we beat the burst with the goal burst. Hell yeah. Now
we got
partying.
full meter here. Can we find the hit? No, we cannot. ElvenShadow is the one to find it instead there with the 5D.
No
2K
way.
hitting on the other side.
Nah.
Sure, why not?
Hello. Please, Faust, check your hitboxes, brother. So this is the kind of RNG that is on ElvenShadow's side. It might not be with the items, but it's the game that's just saying, bro, you got this.
Yo, look at this! Sorry. See what I mentioned earlier? We got poison, we got the jump pads, we got the oils, but honestly, like, here's the thing. The poisons and, the oils and jump pads are actually quite good against Slayer because of the reasons I mentioned earlier. The fact that Slayer has that linear approach. So setting up those traps on the ground makes it so that set right up and ready to go. Twitch ads are over. Welcome back, everyone, as we're going to be welcoming Ray the Warrior versus pzooo. pzooo we've already seen on stream once, but Ray the Warrior showing up on stream for the first time today.
And these are our top 8 qualifier matches, so these are going to see who gets these top spots between the two. RTW taking down Nano, pzooo earlier against mightyjoey. So far, the scheming vizier in pzooo's taken it to RTW, one of the best and most recognized Edgar players in recent of North America.
Yeah, pzooo is just not letting up. What the heck happened? pzooo got the demon inside of him right now. Dark Angel once again. Yeah, no, that's just going to be a perfect here for pzooo right out of the gates. Let's see if we can keep that momentum going as we go into the second round here.
Yeah, I mean, not letting Dizzy set up is going to be super important. You've seen that with like the offline with Solstice versus RTW. Right now you're seeing pzooo using that same sequence here, as we don't want any fishes to come out. We don't want to have to deal with this Oki, but RTW does find a hit. And now, yeah, strong mix-up. No full combo from it, but starting to get to play.
Yeah, you know, the fish coming out is just an inevitability, right? So pzooo trying the best to prevent Ray from setting up for as long as possible so we can set up pool balls of our own. And pzooo going to be finding that fantastic air-to-air to catch Ray the Warrior, trying to get into a much more favorable position on the screen. And that we will actually find despite getting hit by pzooo. We are going to mid-screen, but now we're going to be in the other corner instead.
Up back in. Great. pzooo's just meter. They've held on a bar so often. Even though they're going for some of these Stinger Wire, sees the block on the burst. Actually, hold on. pzooo takes that first game clean. Barely lost like half a life bar as RTW's first burst of the match is spent there. This is all pzooo right now. We're going to put a couple more O's on the end of that if he keeps going through this.
Yeah, that is pretty absurd here. pzooo right out of the gates, just swinging here against Ray, and normally you expect Ray to get a few rounds in response here, but you know, maybe that's just going to happen here in game number 2. Ray going to be finding that throw, going to be setting up this Oki, setting up this mix. Good blocks from pzooo. Yeah, no,
pzooo escapes. This is big. Now you're putting RTW back in the corner, but this time RTW bursts at the right spot. Trying to catch a little something in there, still not at a life deficit, but the air throw is good, the fish summons out, and now we're just getting some extra credit.
Shield fish, can't press the button into it. That's a bit of the mix-up with that fish as well. Normally you want to be able to just feel that fish and blow right through if it's the laser fish. But if it's the shield fish, then you're going to be in a big deal of pain if Ray capitalizes off of that.
Nice, so now RTW getting around on the board. We hit that 5 heavy into a 5D. As RTW tried to press something in there, instead gets hit by the sideways dust. Getting cleaned up here and put into the corner again. No easy escape here. Carcass Raid shutting it down, but an air dash finally. RTW gets some space again.
Back to full screen, setting up the bubbles. Going to make use of it. The ice arrow into the throw. Now we got the knockdown with the ice fish with the fire bubble, and we're going to let it pop, get that combo. Doesn't get the knockdown though, so pzooo going to be able to stand right back up and press those buttons in response to Ray trying to regain control of the position.
Nice air dash, too high though, you get gripped. RTW with the lead, goes for the empty low off the air dash, burst available for RTW. They're gonna have to has it to save themselves if pzooo finds a way through. Try to dash forward. This is 2K. I spike wire C. You gotta hold this.
Ooh, there it is, a double pool ball. One pool ball first, second one coming through, and now we have a full combo here against Ray. One more should probably eat it, but so the same can be said here for Ray. Coming down very close, but now Ray is able to bring things back despite that fantastic start from pzooo.
Grown men mashing. Literally just putting out that wing and just praying on it. RTW 1-1. A little bit of disgust, but you know, sometimes you got to get dirty if you're trying to get these dubs.
Finds the knockdown into one of the pool ball sets. Great block on that mix though from Ray as to try to go for that cross up.
Okay. RTW getting stuck in the corner a lot. Just try to ice spike. Got stuffed out by the Stinger YRC, and like this check here, but catches the tech with the air throw. RTW put in pzooo in the corner. No up backs for free, and tough spot to be in here.
Just jumps over that ice projectile there from pzooo, from Ray, and pzooo able to get out of the corner as well. Counter hit, gets that pop up against Ray. This combo's not gonna be enough without resources. So Ray holding on by the skin of their teeth at the moment, and that's gonna be the overhead coming in at very far range actually.
Let's go pzooo. That was so good. Just giving RTW enough rope to hang themselves with. Match point on the side of the Venom Supreme. 2P on the ball, gets the throw on whatever RTW was trying to press. As the defense from RTW getting blown up in a lot of these spots. More pressure here. RTW does have a burst, not a lot of bar, but that's going to be pzooo with the resources. Oh, nice fade away.
Okay. Now we just have complete mid-screen control. Gets the burst out of the way, doesn't find the punish, but getting that burst is so important here for pzooo to really build up this lead. Ray has a lot to work through here again. Work through for pzooo here.
Hey, one more hit. Guess for round. The fish gets touched out. The 6P connects. RTW, no air dashes for free. It's a no-fly zone. pzooo taking. I'm praying for y'all. Y'all are now in hell. It is gonna be extra dangerous down there. Holy smokes.
Yeah, whoever's going to be losing this one is going to be like, what the heck? Why do I have to immediately play into Solstice? What is going on? But yeah, no, seed number 1 and number 2 already down on the loser side. We'll see who will be joining them and who will be moving forward to winner side top 8 to join the newly crowned pzooo here. Joy already looking really good here against Avery, preventing Bedman from getting anything set up, but a great bed slam timing from Avery will be walling out a Joy and getting into some amount of damage to boot as well.
Alright, that Minu, I didn't know oops. That was calculated, right? We ain't making mistakes out here. I see you on those XRD Tuesdays doing some work as well, so that's good stuff, alright?
Yeah, you don't accidentally win against Solstice, right?
Okay, then hold on. Just Avery though, a little bit of a lead. The RC into the 8-way dash. Bedman with that crazy movement as Joy gets tagged and back. Avery, one round up.
Trade, blue orb, going out to hold it. into the red orb. And we're going to hold this as well. It doesn't block the overhead.
Alright, Spinneroonie's good. Joy having to deal with it. This is a tough spot here. We don't have a lot of meter on the side of Joy, but the jump heavy is going to get that knockdown, help set up.
Yeah, try to use that rewind once again, but Joy not going to let Avery go for that. All right, perfect.
Right. A round apiece on both sides.
All or nothing.
Avery immediately backing up, wanting none of that round start against Joy. Trying to send up the projectile. Great 6P and getting the combo off of the comeback from the projectile as well. Great awareness from Avery. Unfortunately, not going to be able to find that pressure or find that bed slam to connect against Joy. Instead, Avery's going to be finding the pickup the old-fashioned way. Bed slam has the rewind so he can go for it again. Joy having to respect it, but doesn't respect it as we try to jump out of the corner. It's going to get hit.
Right, 2D knockdown, we're going to charge, and we get the tag. Okay. Avery, second guess at the last second. Counter hit stomp. Life lead now for Joy. He's going to get the bar for the super. Yeah. Immediately go around back and take the shot.
Okay, I was like, it's almost there. I was holding my breath. Was that enough? It was not quite. But Joy getting that small drop into the reset. Good stuff. Joy moving forward. Game 1 over Avery.
Let's rock.
See what the round start looks like again. Yeah, no, every single time Avery tries to challenge Joy at round start, Joy is always just beating Avery's buttons.
I mean, it's dangerous. Besides 2D, there's still that 6H from a Haehyun that you got to worry about, so little things like that. But speaking of little things, we got the IB against the Hayabusa to get the ground throw. 6P on the other side. Nice extension here. So Avery's combo choices and routing. Really good.
Alright, that slam, we have that rewind. Tries to go for the blitz shield, but that was right there on the wire C, so Avery can just like look right there and it's like, oh yeah, of course, I can just get a free throw in this moment.
And there's the spin, a back air throw from Joy. Get a little bit of a chance here. But a 6P on the backs, the bed side. The broad side of the bed. Saving the day. Avery gets around again.
Yeah, these 6Ps from Avery here have been putting in work, I'm going to say. The positioning has been fantastic.
Krakatoa, thank you. Canada's favorite Faust with the $50 Maturino contribution going up top here. That's so sick. Thank you.
Oh, can't get the right Loki we're looking for here. Can't get the knockdown either. Always have such a huge health lead. It's probably not going to matter.
And you see Avery trying to dash forward. There is like the chance of countering with that dash from Bedman, but as long as Joy keeps charging down the Hayabusa, you can get the hit on it. 2H though is going to stuff the DP kick, and then we get the bed slam in here.
Backdash, but unfortunately in the process of backdashing we didn't get hit, but all of our rewinds got hit instead.
Oh my goodness. Joy's been really good about using these wire C air dashes to get the extra momentum and just get up close and personal, making it so hard for players to set up and get comfortable.
6B? Nope. Can't 6B. Yeah, I guess. Okay. We can find the bed slam, try to go for the rewind. Not gonna work though. Joy surprisingly able to avoid it entirely.
Avery with some space, but the DP kick is gonna get counter hit. That should be enough. Depends on the back slam. We're gonna burst here. No, there's the bait. Goal burst.
Goal burst. No more burst on the side of Avery. Do or die right here. And we find the hit. We're not dead just yet. Avery's still alive. Finds the 6P into the best slam. Here's the mix. We find the low into the best slam extension.
Ah, the blitz gets blown up. Stand blitz. Eaten by the 2D. And then just Avery with a hope and a dream said, nah, you're not gonna block, you're gonna hold this. We're going to a game 3. Let's go.
Raph, this 6P is crazy, man.
When you look at the game,
Oh, I was like, I'll tell you, like, if y'all not seen Bedman's 60 hitbox, it's really weird, but one thing you should know about it, it is very wide.
And so is Haehyun, so that doesn't do Kum any service there, but we're going to see. We have the meter for the RC on the spin. Speaking of RC, guarantee the bed slam Oki here. Wake up super, we blocking? Nah.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't feel good.
Call out though with the dash forward to get the counter. There's a couple spin rewinds, but we don't care. YRC air dash.
Red Orb FDing for our life, and I think that position we can't really do much. We didn't really have enough FD left in order to be able to prevent that final chip kill right there from Joy, and so that mix felt just like, oh yeah, we're just going to close this one out and go to the next one here. Joy on set point once again.
All right, no 2P mash for you. Joy in the knockdown, got some orb, overhead gets blocked. Avery's defense has been pretty nice so far, but in a rough spot as that risk is starting to go up. Nice conversion off that hit.
Yeah, absolutely, looking really good here for Joy, and looking even better after that hit. Red Orb, Goomba Stop, great blocks from Avery, but as we try to press a button to get out of this position, Joy immediately responds with a hitbox of our...
They had like that crazy, I forget which event recently, that their Slayer went absolutely mental. So I'm
you know what is also, you know what is also mental is the fact that Krakatoa, a fellow Faust player in there in the match arena, giving us that $50 here to contribute to this plot. Thank you. As we get into this set here, ElvenShadow setting up the poison on Scud. And why is it that ElvenShadow gets to see 2 Slayers in a row?
Well, so it goes, but Scud's a little bit built different right here. It's she's more adept at throwing stuff to the wind. Try to catch the 6 heavy, not gonna work. 6P though catches the up back as it's a trademark of ElvenShadow. Doesn't go for the dive, the burst. Now we're evened up.
Trademark going for the dive, going for the bomb bag. The bomb not close enough to be able to hit Scud and interrupt that sequence as Scud takes round number 1 over ElvenShadow. Let's see this round start. 5K round start. Tries to go for the J2K, but that's going to be a 6P from Scud to send ElvenShadow into the corner.
And there she goes. Again, that was second place at combo break. I know she had, it wasn't first obviously because that was Solstice, and she went absolutely mental. And again, doing that same here. The fake unblockable into the RC and said, no more jump 2K. I need you to just stay on the ground, old man.
That was so quick. Holy moly.
Heaven or hell.
Slayer.
Yeah, no. Shoot, we might see an upset. What in the world? Okay, 6-8. Burst very early from Scud. Does not want to lose that momentum so early against Faust.
Scud is another one of those like just strong new age Hector players. She has shown so many, like such a strong mental, and just plays a character that's such a good character in Slayer that is so adept at just picking the one right moment and just blowing you up.
Blocking this out here. 6-8, gonna find its mark into the bomb.
And little Faust, a little help here. ElvenShadow does get the combo, gets a small lead, which is nice. The barrel is not going to be too useful, but we did get the anti-air off the scalpel pull. Something.
All the way up to the upper reaches of the screen, giving Scud a quick chocolate bar as well. Actually connect there with ElvenShadow.
Burst dead on time is available. Okay, crosswise heal. Oh, ElvenShadow waited for a burst there instead the far slash. Okay. We stabilize a little bit. ElvenShadow still in it.
Making it a little spooky. We need to take one more though. 6P round start. That's going to be a classic there from Slayer. Has the bomb set, so Scud can't advance forward very safely. Has it to block it out. Tries to go for the scalpel, thinking Scud was close enough, but actually was not. So going to get punished for going for that option.
Oh, small drop there from ElvenShadow though. Oh, sorry, for Scud not getting the pile bunker, but still gets the knockdown. Big opportunity, takes the big bite. But ElvenShadow challenging the big little homie once more is holding the fort.
I love the patience from Scud, playing at what is essentially full screen for most of the game until we see ElvenShadow make one small mistake, and then that's when we find the opportunity, find that window to move in.
Alright, there's the burst out. ElvenShadow close to tying things up here, just needs a little bit more. Another huge candy bar, that's so much life back to Scud. Rough spot for ElvenShadow, but the OTG is going to mess it up, and we have the ultimate meteor coming down. A regular meteor, sorry.
Yeah, suddenly we're having to work through all of that once again. Finds the hit. Not going to be able to get the KO just yet, however. Got a little bit of a food in the process. Danger time. Here we go. YRC, it's the slide.
All the options you're worried about, backdash slide right in. To a match point for Scud, as she's just one round away from sending ElvenShadow to lose. Let's say ElvenShadow. Okay, Mappa Hunchy. ElvenShadow's just happy to chill in this corner. No big deal.
Yeah, we're playing all this out pretty handily as well, and using these bomb bags after these double jumps prevents Scud. We're actually attempting to go for these 6 keys. Well, we're seeing some right there, right? But, you know, preventing Scud from going for these 6 keys so often so that ElvenShadow can fall down with some air buttons of her own, like JD or J2K.
Alright, no little call-outs, a lot of 6 keys to try to beat the scalpel pulls or anything else. Tech forward look from ElvenShadow is going to find its way through. All we have is the helium, though, so not going to be a big deal. But the oil at least stops Scud's advance just a smidge. Oh my god, the back hitbox, your shoulder blade.
Yeah, 6P moment there from Slayer. Oh no! Not close enough for the unblockable.
Scud, RC5D takes that set 2.
So we got 2 more remaining. So if y'all want exclamation point Matcherino in the chat, claim those last 2 codes right before this set finishes, that will be awesome. But here we go. Like you said, like we've been talking about, Solstice versus bdonp. And already Solstice finding this small early hit here against bdonp to push him into the corner. bdonp, though, responding in kind, finding that command grab, but unfortunately not able to find that that counter hit.
Alright, I like what I'm seeing so far, though. I mean, bdonp doesn't need too much, but has to be careful. You give Solstice a little bit of gas. Found the reset. There's the burst too far away. No punish. A little scrambly. But that's how Slayer likes it. He likes his eggs scrambled inside of bacon.
Far slash, find this mark. Solstice able to just take us all the way to the corner. Ramlethal, insane corner carry on this character. Insane corner pressure as well.
Okay, good angle though. But the Pixel Live gets the crossover. Should be enough to finish it. No, it needs one more tap. The guts coming in. bdonp trying to find a way.
Dude, Solstice setting up our fortress there in the corner. It's like, yes, my backup is against the wall, but I got 2 swords, my walls, my turrets protecting me from you approaching. Great stuff from Solstice. Gaining control of that situation and take this to this next round here.
But bdonp, good job. I mean, Slayer was going to have backdash jump to get out of a lot of pressure, so it's very hard to nail down. Pile bunker counter hit. There's the burst from Solstice. They don't like anywhere of that damage, but far slash RC. Opportunity here. bdonp bursting out a perfect spot.
One sword to the other side, gets that cross-up hit against bdonp. Get the pickup into the corner here. And that's just kind of checkmate, right? Even if you don't get hit by that mix from Solstice, the big thing you actually have to worry about afterwards is the fact that Solstice can literally just loop the sword pressure and then has enough meter to go for something like Calvados or the sword super that will be able to just lock you down, drain you of all your meter, and then force you into a chip kill situation.
Got an idea on Darva though. Let's bdonp get a little bit of punish, but it's gonna burst there. Because again, you don't want to let Solstice get any momentum here. It's difficult to get that advance right now. Solstice would get that knockdown. bdonp's no burst, a little bit of bar, and getting tagged though.
Yeah, I think this might be the situation I was talking about earlier in the previous round. I think we're going to be seeing it right here. Sword. There it is, into the super. Oh, we're gonna be able to have Calvados as well. So if bdonp didn't get hit, we can just like, okay, go in, press some buttons. If bdonp doesn't burst, we just pop that Calvados, and then you have to hold more of that pressure.
Yeah, so far, Solstice in command once more. Doing what they got to do in tough here, bdonp. Again, this is a loser set, so bdonp on the verge of getting set out. Just going to take a big sequence and gets the air dash in to find some more pressure. And real quick, remember, yeah, that super, the spin is trance. Calvados is the
Trance, okay.
yeah.
I always forget the name of that one because Calvados is like the really dumb one.
Trance is silly. This one especially, backdash bar slash, is going to do it on the bite attempt Solstice.
Anyways, we're going from that, we're going from Ramlethal Solstice to the player that sent Solstice down to losers in the first place, Minu with the Zato.
Alright, so Joy versus Minu. Starting out this top 8 here, Haehyun versus Zato-1. Already seeing Little Eddie getting knocked out with those 2Ps. I think Joy's going to have some good tools to try to snipe the little homie. Now we'll see how well Minu can do on defense.
Zato's such a weird character in this game, not one that you see very often. But when you see one of those players pop up with the Zato, you know that's a character specialist that's going to be able to tear through the bracket. That's exactly what we're seeing here from Minu as we're tearing through Joy's health bar at the moment and just so effectively controlling this space, preventing Joy from approaching. But as Joy, whenever you see that Eddie bar go to 0, that is your opportunity to make your way in. And Joy attempted to go for that with Minu, just representing such great mobility there with that flight.
Yeah, it's been good. As Joy's trying to stay airborne with the Hayabusas, has found those hits there, little by little. But if little Eddie's out, it's a bit harder to beat airborne situations. RC into the 5D, full combo here, into the stun as well. Nice, there's a nice quick 5D for extra credit and a perfect to Joy to turn things to a 1-1 round.
Let's see this round start. Okay, 5P into the invite hell, setting Eddie forward and catching Joy, trying to jump up. Minu covering so many options at once and reacting to many so fast as well. There it is, Joy getting a stun in the previous round and a perfect, and a Minu getting that stun here as well. But the question is, will this also be a perfect? Yes, it will. The 7 golden letters showing up there on the screen, stealing it here from Minu.
Alright, nice job so far from Minu. Again, this is still first to 2, so winners finals is 1 game away on the side of Minu Zato. Summons little Eddie, does not get the Noboru, and a big 2H counter hit. But not a lot of damage on the side of that.
Alright, perfect. Sending Joy back into the corner. I love the space we're playing it as well because that's like the perfect range to try and punish a Hayabusa escape from the corner. And Joy knew that, so instead went for that YRC cancel to move forward instead.
I like that, using little Eddie to get the knockdown, to get OTG and force the tech. But now Joy on a rampage, gets the wake up Amorphous, gonna get avoided, and immediately Minu's out of town.
Hayabusa just going to the other side, not finding his target until now. When it does find his target, it is so impactful here for Joy, and that's why we're going for it so often. And it's something that Minu has to respect so often as well because of it just being that giant hitbox coming in from the sky. Red orb coming through, tries to send it back, tries to set up that wall against Joy, but not going to work out.
Great jump though on the side of Joy, just really good hops in a lot of these spots, but right back at you. Jump K, try to get the invite hell. Instead, you're going to get put into hell, knockdown. More pressure here on the side of Joy, but a good IB2 crouching slash. Oh, nice. Noboru, what a trade.
Yeah, no Eddie, but still we're looking really good. Once again, this movement coming through here for Minu, and that's exactly what we want to find when we're Eddie-less. If we're Eddie-less, we want to be able to find that air throw because it buys us so much time for the Eddie gauge to recover. And now Eddie is back once again. Got killed for a moment. Ryza came out and might get killed pretty soon here again as well. because these giant bugs that can go out as well as these orbs control the space and find some cheeky hits against Eddie as well.
The Hero Burst. Joy bet it all there. Minu just jumped into it, blocked, and said, kind of just higher than Cali. I'm ready for anything when you're trying to go a mile up, and this is a tough spot for Joy. No resources to make an escape here. Gets the back throw. Big opportunity to make the magic happen, but the flight is going to get checked as Minu gets sniped.
Right over the Eddie, getting the knockdown into the red orb. Minu is out.
Try to summon, but nah, the chase down from Joy's too good. But an air throw, even better. Minu's been finding so many of these. Counter hit into a shadow gallery, but Kum so large was an OTG hit and screwed it up.
Yeah, Kum's over here saying, hey, I got an air throw of my own as well. You got to get out of the air too. Eddie crawling right under the blue orb, catching Joy, trying to jump up. Probably going for like a Hayabusa or going for the air dash approach, and there it is, getting just close enough to where an air throw, where a regular grounded throw will be able to do the job. 1-1 for both these players. So many game threes we've been seeing.
And then break the law, getting broken back. You try to get sneaky against Joy. Joy was ready for it. Charging to avoid the invite hell, but little Eddie takes the hit, and Joy bursts to avoid getting a big combo. Oh my god, we're just... Stop trading, y'all, please.
Oh my god, man. Great blocks for Joy. Okay, there we are, finding the command grab.
Noboru actually misses against the air Hayabusa. Joy's avoidance in the air. He's like, no one's animating me consistently. It's always going to be a guess. Hold that. So you get back thrown. Now you're under heavy pressure. Shoot it around.
Didn't spend any of the resources that we accumulated over that round either. Minu, round up, on set point, over Joy. One more from Winners Finals. Took down Solstice. Can we take down Joy? Joy getting hit right there as Minu advances closer and closer, sending Joy closer and closer into the corner. As now we have our back against the wall. We gotta pull up a seat, pull up a chair, because we're gonna be here for a little while if we're not gonna be spending that burst. And Joy will not be spending that burst, taking so many hits, and there it is, the burst finally coming through. Red RC to avoid it. Minu with such a huge lead. How is Joy gonna be able to find this comeback? That is the question.
An IB air throw is a decent start. Minu doesn't have a burst, not enough meter for a Dan angle, but the Drunkard Shade into the jump P. One more setup, we have the Noboru available. Break the law again, there's the drill, the buzzsaw, excuse me, and a 2S finish. Minu 2-1 over Joy into
Winners Finals pretty comfortably, and just going to be sitting there on that throne waiting to see who will be challenging them in just a moment. pzooo on such an incredible run so far, but same can be said about Scud.
And yeah, this has been a bit of a funny little thing as we have the Assassin's Guild. We're just missing Millia. We have already a Zato in there. Now we got the two others, former and current, battling to see between pzooo and Scud. Because Scud off to a great start, and she's just finding these perfect moments. Her 6P usage is absolutely stellar as well.
Absolutely. 6P usage, 6P timing, incredible. And just the patience from Scud consistently in every single matchup we've seen so far, especially against these zoners, has been nothing short of fantastic.
Alright, I'm a little worried because we do have a burst dead on time available in case we need it. Counter hit, should be able to finish the job here, no problem. Nice. Endless wings to get the kill.
Yeah, with a counter hit like that, we're definitely not going to be needing to spend that burst on the dead on time. Knockdown, yeah, just going to go for the regular 6P meaty. Air dash. Scud trying to make our way in. Getting checked by pzooo. And that's going to be the shoulder check from Scud. In response, pzooo trying to go for this overhead mix. I think that's what we're going to be seeing a lot of if we try to go for this overhead mix often. And if it's predictable enough, Scud is going to be jamming that 6P.
All right, so far so good though from pzooo, maintaining hits. We don't have a lot of meter, but we do have Stinger aim, and we're tied up on the rounds here. Both have bursts as well, so a lot of resources on both sides. As it's more on pzooo to be extra careful here because they can again explode with the wrong guess. But a little bit of punishable. It's gonna be the burst out from Scud. 5D's gonna whiff. We have some pool balls out and about right now, so good spot for pzooo to set up.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. Avoiding that pool ball by any means necessary. Trying to open up pzooo. There it is. We find it with the counter hit. And we had a decent amount of risk built up as well, so we're going to be able to get some extra damage on this combo along with it.
Alright, there's the blitz. What a backdash to avoid it though, but the Stinger aim YRC is going to give pzooo a little bit of a chance. Still has burst available just in case, but you can't really take a hit, and it's going to be a tap blitz into throw off Scud, dealing with the potential Oki from pzooo masterfully.
Absolutely, Scud navigating these matchups. Like you said, I love that word, masterfully. That's exactly how we are making these matches work, because Venom is another one of those matches where it's not great for Slayer, but Scud is making it look easy. Alright, pzooo. Oh yeah, pzooo trying our best to set up these pool balls from full screen, but every single time we try to set up those pool balls, Scud is always like just close enough to where we can get that pressure and force pzooo to block.
Yeah, the whole angle, right? A lot of interesting tools between Dandy Step, Mappa, 6P to get up close and personal, as well as the little teledash. There's the burst though from pzooo, trying to get a little something there. We're using the balls vertically, but we dash forward right around, getting some more pressure. Jump slash. One more touch will do it here. The fake low. Right.
Was that
match
a
point for Scud?
Regardless, yeah, that is match point here for Scud. Set point here, one more to make it into winners finals. You're not going to be giving Scud an easy time, however, having corner position almost immediately. We got to be a little bit worried though. Slayer does have a pretty strong defense in the form of those UBCs, but as long as we space stuff out, set our pool balls correctly, react to the right options, we should be able to keep Scud locked in the corner like we're doing right now.
Alright, really good round here for pzooo. Strong Venom. Just overall game plan coming out effectively. Did not FD long enough against the double head Morbidoo, and though Scud's get a chance. There's the Helter Skelter, putting Venom in the corner. pzooo don't have burst quite yet. The crossover's good. A lot of damage, stun imminent if we get another big hit.
Oh. We're fishing for that one, a big hit, counter hit. That's not going to be the one. Blocks the overhead, but doesn't block the low. Scud almost losing that round as we go down to losers between Ray and Elvin.
Yeah, another really fun one here, as both are going to be fighting for their lives here in these elimination matches between the two. Ray already getting first hit and setting up shop here against Faust. Even with good items, it's so hard to deal with. The big thing is those fish are their own hitboxes. So dead angles, among other things, will get blown up by the fishes. So it's extra hard to make escape, especially when you don't have reliable reversals like Faust.
I guess black hole. Oh, but we just go straight into the ice arrow from Ray. And that actually, like, puts Elvin in this really weird spot where Ray actually gets a combo off of it.
Okay, back to the corner you go. The bubble to force out the tech, just in case ElvenShadow tries to escape with the tech drill. We already lost a lot of life. Nice catch again on the air tech, as RTW is just making all the right choices. The landing, getting caught by the 5D. There's the stun. Gonna be the charge blitz to take away some of that burst. Nice perfect.
I need to look away. That was so quick. That was like this is probably the same speed of like Scud taking down ElvenShadow winners in that one round as well, or that first game as well. But here we go. Let's see if anything changes. Black hole once again. Definitely not what we want to see here.
Again, it's again super hard you know, Dizzy's power to just make this a one-player game, and RTW understanding that they have all these tools just to catch ElvenShadow out from these mid distances. And you see there, even with the black hole, RTW getting the best of everything.
Alright, Zato-1 giving Rayan a little bit of food, getting that lead even more. It's like, hey, if you're not going to be able to get a perfect the regular way, let's see if we can get a perfect with some food in your tank instead. And that was a bit unfortunate too. We saw that jackpot bomb come out from Elven, but it didn't actually really do anything. So, yeah, I don't know. It's such a weird position here for Elven, but we're making it work somehow. That's going to be the weight coming down, getting the hammer as well.
Oh, catching up back with the problem here. Trading places in that mile-high 2K, jump 2K. It's going to get mixed by the 6P combo, putting RTW on match point.
Turn up the heat.
All right, now start 2S, try to catch a little something.
Oh my God.
Black hole's there, though. It's going to keep RTW in check for at least a moment.
Yeah. Black hole round start 3 times in a row is kind of crazy. Okay, this time will be close enough for the unblockable. Won't whiff like the previous set.
Gotta be careful with the fire you put out there. The oil can get burned up for either character if you're not careful. But RTW just setting up shop. Nice and comfy.
Jackpot hammer. 4 hammers in a row?
And that, Dizzy lives up to her name. Dizzy lives up to her name. If it's a counter hit hammer, it's pretty much guaranteed to make her see stars. But RTW's like, okay, you want to zone, you want to chill? I'll do the same.
Yeah, right now Ray is giving Elven a light show here with the absolutely insane barrage of projectiles coming in from Ray's side, as Elven is also, you know, trying to find the right item to make our way in.
Oh, nice. Gets the overhead with the FDC, jump K. Tech drill once more time with little Eddie's going to help try to save the day here.
Second unblockable is going to land.
Duel 3. Keep on rocking.
All right, ElvenShadow, signs of life.
I had to block this out, but now we're at full screen. There's the weight, so Ray trying to set up those projectiles. We're gonna get knocked down. Gives Elven a way to get in.
All right, tough spot here. ElvenShadow gets thrown for their troubles. Gets a little bit of donut, so that's nice. Gets sucked into their own black hole, and I think that's fine too, as they have all this room again to at least try to get some decent items. But a 6P is gonna hit. ElvenShadow not FD.
Things are looking so rough here. Oils coming out. Come on, we gotta find something better than that. We can't give her the jackpot chocolate. Come on now.
And the OTG will do it. RTW will take your chocolate. Thanks to that Bedman does very well. We'll see if just Avery can manage it, because like you blink and you miss it with like the damage that's coming out, as well as some great normals, and the air mobility is really good. And you're gonna see there that Solstice has to be really wary for. But Solstice finds the jump D into the knockdown, the burst out from just Avery, at least to make some space.
All right, to the corner we go, and that should be a double sword setup. We have enough meter to drain Avery a meter as well. We'll just go for raw damage like we're seeing here with Trance. Trance yet again as a meaty super, and not going to FD it, so that's going to be all Chipp here for Solstice.
All right, strong start from Solstice. Top seed and loser side, gonna make things extra tricky for just Avery. Is got a little hit that let Solstice actually get punished, and not a full combo with the pop out. A little tough spot with the dash forward, gets the teleport. Just Avery finds the spin with the frame trap, and now gets the put on pressure.
Right, this should take. Oh no, drop the combo. I was about to say it should take Avery to the corner. I love the awareness from Avery as well, pressing that button the moment the sword attempted to come out there. That's something that you have to do sometimes. Either react to that sword coming out, or stick out some buttons preemptively to prevent Solstice from setting those up in mid-speed. But now we're here in the corner, and there's not really a lot we can do, especially if we cannot block and FD those chances because of the amount of damage that is doing there to Avery.
That's the power of 100% tension ram and double trance. Use one to get the extra damage there. Use the second one for the setup. And pray that you can get around this. So far though. Solstice showcasing their strengths as always, but early hit from just Avery in game number 2 gets some pressure started.
Calls the other sword back, so we're going to be having it for this combo here.
Again, runs right into the blender. Not being careful, but does get the escape out. So it is just Avery back to mid-screen. Full little sequence there, and a burst gonna put Solstice into the corner.
I feel like Avery could have been a little more aggressive there when Solstice had no swords in the corner. But instantly Solstice was able to get both of those swords back, and now Avery back in at the corner. No meter, and this is a situation we've seen 2 times already in this set. Maybe not. Avery has Solstice in the corner. Instead, we have enough meter. Solstice is going to spend this burst.
Nice block in the overhead. That angle's good. Solstice still with a chance here. We get the counter hit sword in the air. Not to finish the job, but the trance is going to make things extra difficult. Blocks the air dash. Survives, but the 5P dash up. Solstice match point.
Yeah, I was like, I guess my line of thinking there with that meter from Avery was like, maybe we could have, like, I don't know if we could have gone for a super rapid combo. I guess not if Avery didn't go for it. But you kind of want to, like, save it and not use it immediately because of a situation like that where chance just comes out and drains you of all of your health and shit.
Oh, we let's the jump dust, and the burst gonna whiff. Tough spot here. Solstice is now gonna get easy combo pressure here. Avery's gonna have to guess for their lives.
There it is. The 2K finding its mark, and then sword 1, sword 2. Next mix up, sword 1, sword 2. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Oh my god. I did not block that. I'm just gonna say that right now. I don't know what happened. You go in for your pool, you win like 3 rounds, you make it out of your pool, and then you go play your top 32 later in the day, and then that's about it.
Hey, I don't envy the Pokemon Warriors, but what I do envy is the Ray the Warrior up against Joy. Dizzy versus Haehyun here, continuing on the loser side. Who will be in top 4? Let's go.
And, okay, that's going to completely whip there against Ray. As Ray's going to be able to get a little bit of damage there on Joy. Not all too much though, so we're going to have to sit back, set out these projectiles, and try to regain control of this mid-screen position. But so far, Joy's doing a fantastic job around when it comes to moving around these projectiles with that air Hayabusa.
Yep, RTW just feeling extra comfy here. Gets the jump dust, keeping Joy just in check. Staying out of air Hayabusa range, and Joy now starting to spend the rest of their meter just trying to get in. RTW not making that easy.
Yeah, and I love how Ray realized right there after that YRC, it's like, okay, I'm close enough. So if Joy actually tries to go for this air Hayabusa yet again, I'm actually close enough to where I can catch Joy before we get put into that position. I love how we're starting to play around that way more often, and it's making it harder for air Hayabusa to be able to work. We saw that with JD earlier as well, really mixing up these air options.
Okay, they're gonna bring this back, but it's hit by the far slash. The setup here from RTW is there, and now Joy just has to hold this, tries to get out and escape, but no dice. Oh, and that burst is no dice either, more ice. Ooh.
Man, trying to burst against Dizzy is like one of the most annoying things ever. Like, where do you even burst against this character? She's always be able to make her stuff burst safe along with these projectiles, especially with options like that far slash, like we're seeing right there. That actually just spaces her out automatically when she holds it.
All right, and a quick first game for Real Guerrero. Dizzy Masterclass is on display once more, but air Hayabusa is a way to start. And now the IB though, defense is solid on both sides as they're getting around things very well. Even the tech reverse kick getting sniped. Okay, Ray, chill out, bro.
Okay, Joy. Able to get out for just a little moment, get a little breath of air. He's spending some years to try and confirm it, but somehow, some way, Ray still is able to keep Joy locked in And if we're not ready to actually go for a JD in response to Air Hayabusa, we're also ready when it comes to those ice arrows or those fire arrows to be able to catch Joy trying to jump down, because Hayabusa isn't exactly the fastest option to escape Ray with.
Oh. And the unblock, no FD there is going to put Ray, RTW into match point here against Joy, who's just found a little hits here and there, just struggling to get that lockdown hit. A lot easier for RTW to find these situations and set up all over the place. Jump heavy is going to start something. Ray try to press afterwards, but Joy finding a little bit of momentum, gets the air dash, no burst though from Ray, and gets to reset into the spot in the corner.
Shield fish, so if Joy tries to go for the spin yet again, that will block it out. Shield once again into the air throw, pick it up. Joy. And this is just surgical here for Ray. The burst completely getting baited out from Ray, and that is going to be it pretty much. The lead we built up has been insane so far. Will this combo be enough is the question. However, yes, it will. The Ice Spike doing just enough damage to close it out and give Ray the win. 4 rounds in a row.
And we saw pzooo lose to Scud earlier, so I know pzooo would love that run back.
But yeah, I think you called it earlier. Yeah, Solstice and Ray are on demon time here, down in losers. Really just very, very hungry, trying to get back up into that grand final spot you know they both wanted to be at. And this is a great start for Solstice to be able to reclaim that position. pzooo not looking the worst either. Yeah, we've taken a few hits, but we also done a little bit of damage to Solstice in return as well. We also have a little bit of meter in the tank that we can use, granted as long as Solstice doesn't try to chip out pzooo with something like Transfer Calvados.
Alright, speaking of trance, should see that in a little bit here. We're just going to get the knockdown into this Rooney with the trance, and that'll do it. Round 1 for Solstice. You saw as soon as the tension pulse reset after using a bit of meter, Solstice just got that last chunk to go for the super, get the kill. As Ram is going to be one of the best characters to get past Guts and to close out rounds.
Yeah, why does she get 2 Guts Crush supers? You know, I think we really were gaslit when people were talking about Ramlethal being a bad character for a little bit.
I mean, it's not easy, and she's not without her faults. It's just Solstice is so good at getting around those faults and playing to the game plan so effectively.
You know, Raph, I think that just makes her a good character. I don't know. But here we go. Solstice taking out the burst. pzooo not going to be able to get out of that combo. And Solstice, I think with this combo should be enough. Yeah, especially if we jam a burst into this Calvados. That will close it out here for Solstice. Very clean 2 rounds in a row. I'll say though, Ramlethal, if y'all are not too familiar, Ramlethal used to be a lot better.
Oh yeah, there's that. There was a time where it was like, there was a lot that they had to do to Ram because it was just absolutely crazy.
This is like post several nerfs, Ramlethal.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff in the toolkit, and a player like Solstice, who's a really great player in their own right, obviously. As they're now 1 game up here against pzooo, who's lost so much life 20 seconds in, gets counter hit and side swapped. Solstice gonna take pzooo for a ride, has the meter for 1 quick funny hit into RC just in case.
Or just go for trance. Or Calvados, like we've been seeing so much already. But
Go to
play
H.
pretty conservative here.
There's the burst. We're gonna up back, set up. My turn. With the trance, here we go. The jump out,
Okay,
stuck right into it.
Getting hit. We don't have burst anymore. So we have to hold this. Calling back 1 sword. Trying to get the other sword here. Didn't quite get it just yet. Instead, opting to go for that air dash 4 JK. Instead, Blitz Shield comes through. We don't have enough meter to Blitz Shield back.
Beautiful comeback from pzooo with that sliver of life. Even being aware of the dead angle, trying to get around it and make these call-outs. Solstice didn't bite, but then pzooo just survived long enough to find those hits. That was beautiful. Okay, air throw's good. Get put in the orb, idiot.
Oh my god, we are just getting mixed to oblivion here. Air throw.
Roll it back at you, though.
First, getting ourselves out. These are definitely looking very tough here for Solstice. Found the hit. pzooo does have burst on the table now. So that will be a factor that we have to play around. And I think that's exactly what we're doing there with that 2D into the sword calls.
Oh, nice XP. We out. Potentially nice 6 heavy counter hit. One more messy guess he can do it here and put pzooo onto 1-1, and there it is. Nicely done. We're evened up here. 2 rounds straight as well as a confidence booster.
Right, expecting, I think probably expecting like the overhead there. Instead, pzooo just goes for the simple low, which we've been seeing so often. And now we are 1-1. Solstice had a powerful first game, and pzooo with a powerful second game in response. pzooo was able to take it as we were in game number 3. I mean, that's just the story of this bracket so far. Solstice getting a little damage on the table, actually getting that burst very early from pzooo. pzooo not wanting to lose that momentum, and Solstice having to kill a little bit of time to try and get that sword back. It does mean that pzooo has an opportunity to set up those pull balls. Like right here, the pressure that we're able to build and mount up and set up by being given that time is monumental.
Bar slash final hit. That corner steal sequence there with the teleport looks beautiful as pzooo running away with it. Jump dust though from Solstice, gonna stay alive, gonna start things off. The jump out, clear the hurdle. It gets knocked down. We finally get set up in the corner. Big round for Solstice here. Good block on the overhead. 6P whiff. And pzooo now in jail, I say, as they break out, no problem. Holy smokes.
Yeah, they get handed that get out of jail free card, and they are just zooming right on out, but maybe not for long. Solstice setting up these walls with these swords to try and keep pzooo at bay. pzooo always finding a way to get in, however. So we're going to hold that one, falling back one of our swords. It will be the H sword, so we will find that JH on pzooo. Probably not what pzooo was expecting in that moment. Probably thought that was a different sword. Getting hit in the process. 1-2. 1-2.
Great defense, but you're still getting chipped out. We find the Stinger aim. Hold on. Air dash in. It'd be a great prize, even if we lose the round. If we take that burst out from Solstice, backing up the space. There's the teleport to avoid the trance. No problem, but jump dust. Counter poke. Solstice ties things up one round apiece for the final match, final round.
I think people don't really talk about how crazy of a button JD is. The fact that you can actually direct where it goes, if it goes low, if it goes high, means that basically, like, when you jump up, you're like, okay, now I can just react to whatever you do. If you stay on the ground, I can go for the low jump dust. If you jump up, I can go for the high jump dust, and so on and so forth.
Right, Solstice starting to bring out some different tools as we're finding the command grab for once. But through with the teleport, there's a YRC out as Solstice gets a panic press, used some meter but stabilized it. Still under duress though, RC's there, a lot of meter spent, and finds the jump slash.
Yeah, the jump slash is big, but not finding that far slash afterwards is not what Solstice is looking for. We don't have our H sword just yet. Tries to control some space with the 2S, saw it whiff, so we have to cancel it with the RC to stay safe. And now we have the other sword here on pzooo here in the corner. pzooo doesn't have that burst and probably won't be getting it for this rest of the round. But if we can stay alive, then it may be a factor. No! We don't have enough meter to be able to survive this.
Empty low is gonna finish the job.
To make it to grands, that would be crazy. With the Slayer. Oh, Potemkin. Okay, so Minu not wanting to bust out the Eddie for this matchup, and instead favoring the Potemkin, which is very interesting because this is actually a very good matchup for Potemkin, despite Potemkin being one of the worst characters in the game.
Hey, big bodies can make magic happen, and so far, Scud's gonna have the strategies to go against Big Pot, which is understandable, right? You always gotta be prepared for the shenanigans and the hard stuff. 6P versus JD is gonna be our danger time early on in round 1, and Scud finds a big hit from that first.
We're going to be seeing a small hit from Minu as well, but unfortunately not going to be able to get us all too much there. Scud instead in the driver's seat. Backdash actually had a lot of info there against Scud and was able to buys a lot of time there in that pressure sequence. Hammer fall. Oh, I forgot the name of that move.
Trishula is the fire.
Trishula, there we go. I knew it
Yep.
started with a T. I was gonna say like Tristani. I was like, that's not right.
This ain't League of Legends, all right? We're good. Okay, teleport through, catch the other side. Minu go, makes a little bit of escape. Jump heavy is gonna get blessed, but jump D is gonna get us nice and close.
Again. Oh man, yeah, Scud is just absolutely running a train here on Minu, tying this Potemkin to the train tracks and saying this vehicle, this Slayer is not going to stop for anything. First comes out, tries to go for the slide head, doesn't work, but we will find the back fist into our very first Potemkin buster of this set. Hammer fall in, YRC tries to go for the 6H to cover multiple options. Now Scud's like, I'm just going to wait for you to do something. I'm going to wait for you to press something, sees the attempt at the slide head, and that gives Scud a green light to go for that Mappa hunch.
Nah, that back BDC Mappa was so funny. Just saying like, please do anything. Any little thing. Just gonna get a full screen punish no matter what. So game number 1. Just gonna send Minu right back to Zato-1. Zato-1 out here as the Potemkin experiment did not quite pay the bill. Okay, invite hell, not a bad option, kind of a stop sign. And a 6K gets overhead.
Yeah, and so far, it looks like the Zato might have been the correct choice from the beginning with the with how this round has gone so far.
We'll see. The dash forward though, getting stopped with the invite hell, but that time the tech button saves it. But the shadow gallery even better to beat out the 6P. Helter Skelter's good. Wake up buttons was really nice, especially there. As Scud was maybe waiting for something to come out. Minu got a clean hit. Gets that first round.
Turn up the heat.
Back up. Gain some space.
So one way to get rid of a roach is stomping it out. But the air throw is good, and that's going to get a lot of that Eddie Gauge back. Using the invite hell to get the raw summon of the Noboru, but good from Scud to evade it. And another danger time. Yeah!
Looks like Minu will be taking advantage of that danger time the most over Scud.
And just daring Scud to try to approach. Eddie's back out, but the air dash is going to be good here. Backdash gets caught. Should be the round with one more hit. Good blocks on the side of Minu, makes the escape. Shadow Gallery into RC air throw, really clean option to get back on the ground. First to low, and that should
Jump
do
low.
it.
First on the table. Yeah, we can just bait that out with the break the law. And that is 2 rounds on the road there for Minu, showing the Zato is going to be the one putting in the work instead.
I love seeing the tools being used in a lot of fun ways. The Shadow Gallery YRC being one to just get out of dodge, get back on the ground immediately, and find those little moments where the air throws or beat out the, not have to guess into an air situation. Super good. We're waking up with the goal burst here as Minu has all the bar in the world.
All in the bar in the world, but not all the health in the world, as Scud is putting Minu into dangerous territory here. Critical health. And it looks like Scud's going to be the one to be able to take more advantage of that meter instead. We'll see that dead angle come out from Minu, however, to escape that corner position. But we still have just a little bit of meter if we need to spend it. Eddie Gauge has completely ran out, so this is Scud's opportunity to be able to push this offense on Minu and regain control of the situation.
Trying to 2H, the buzzsaw.
Out again.
Work. Gotta hold this pressure. It's making the escape. 2S. And Mappa Hunch is gonna hit the mark. Alright, Scud bouncing back.
Duel. All or nothing.
Ooh, okay. Gold burst again on our wake up, but that's not going to work this time. In fact, it's going to be even worse here for Minu, as that is going to be a magnificent punish here for Scud. Minu's health bar is blood red, and a Scud is waiting, trying to look for that final hit that we need.
Oh my god, the Shadow Gallery to beat that out was so cute. Once again, Minu's effective use of all of Zato's tools. Really fun. 6 heavy though. The escape with that. 2S into the 5H off the counter hit is good. Great reactions, great confirm, and a great third game going in her favor.
This is winners finals, however, so one more game is needed for Scud to take the W.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1.
Minu's not out just yet. But so far, I will say that the unfortunately, Gold Burst didn't seem to be putting out too much in Minu's favor, even when it was able to successfully land on Scud. So instead, saving that burst for those very damaging combos from Scud. It's probably going to be more important here for Minu.
Right. This will summon as well. Buzzsaw into Noboru. As Scud just has to force to block this out. Minu has not really gone for some options yet. Haven't seen the Dan Fan command grab, or I've seen some 6Ks, but ooh, double YRC. Looking a little funky there. Spent all the bar as found a hit though, at least gets the unsummon.
Still has Eddie. Invite Hell, playing around the 2D. Overhead.
Hey! Oh my god, we see that little Eddie command grab. Oh my god, dead man hand. Somewhere in California, somewhere. Beautiful dude is smiling and doesn't know why.
I've forgotten that move existed. I'm not gonna lie. You never see it.
Alright, there's the Shadow Gallery, but we're keeping it protected with the Noboru. Nice for Minu with the whole big life lead here. Alright, sequence is good. Gets the knockdown, gets the meaty invite hell, backdash gets sawed right in half. And with that, Minu ties it up 2-2.
2-2 indeed. Going to game number 5. Yeah, seems like we're having like some small connection spikes, but I think we should be good here for game number 5, it looks like.
See how it goes. But Grand Finals winner side is going to be the reward for either of these two. Double power bunker. Nothing that's not the scariest option, but the 2 heavy into the invite hell sequence. Nice anti-air. Straight into little Eddie summon, but it gets pieced out with the crouch heavy.
Yeah, these invite hells are putting in work here for Minu. Oh. Are we good?
Well, I mean, I'm good. I don't know about the players, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. It looks like the players aren't quite sure either, but it looks like they're going to still play it out here.
Yeah, give us a second here. We're going to have to call our technicians
yeah, this
here
is crazy.
and see if we can make a little fix on the slideshow. Run up 5D on this is kind of unblockable, yes.
Like the consistency of Solstice getting first place at pretty much every single tournament we've gone to in like the past 1 or 2 years has been absolutely insane. I mean, first place at Combo Breaker, I guess most recently, right? So I'm really excited to see how Solstice does here on Luigi's side now that we kind of are back up against the wall against Ray. But Ray, another very strong player here with the Dizzy, definitely not going to make it an easy time for Ray. And so it's going to be a little bit hard here for Ramlethal in the way that because we have so many projectiles that Dizzy can throw out, trying to set up these swords in mid-screen is going to be a little more difficult because remember, as Ramlethal, if you are forced to block a projectile, block a move, and whatnot, then the sword is actually just going to completely deactivate.
Yeah, but in the same vein, like at a farther distance, Dizzy's not going to get fish out without Solstice being able to set up the swords too, so it really benefits both of them, and so far Solstice is taking better advantage of it. Gets a nice up back to make some space, but the air dash from RTW is going to get a little bit of damage.
Okay, blocks that sword, doesn't block the second one, however. Forced up into the corner, but that GH whiffing was kind of big there. For Ray as an opportunity to be able to escape that corner position and try to even things up, such that the shield fish making it hard for Solstice to try and press. Calvados coming through. Can Ray jump this? Not really, but we don't die just yet. We're also not in chip range just yet either.
But fadeaway jump D, enough to stop it. I like that. That was just Solstice clearing the screen. You want to get rid of fish, ice, and all your problems, just get a big old laser. Screw it. Just get that problem solved. 6K gets blocked out. RTW blocks the other overhead and finds the jump P. A little bit of damage and gets some room to put up the laser fish into a throw.
Yeah, into the throw, into the fire, and the ice fish as well. You know, putting mix-up on top of mix-up on top of mix-up. And Solstice was not able to block it all the way through, but the way we're able to take back our turns so effectively is really the real mark here from Solstice, even if the defense starts to break.
Yeah, lay on the string, gets to low into the RC, low again. It's going to be a burst out there from RTW. He's going to get a side swap, ice spike, YRC. More pressure. What do you got? You got an ice spike, you got a little bit of damage. You have some room to play with, but here comes Solstice, feeling strong and just chasing down.
Yeah, that's tough there. Jumping right back into that sword, making it so that Solstice can advance forward for free. Ray in a very difficult position, and even more difficult because of the fact that Solstice has so much meter on the table. If that super didn't kill, we could just pop another one and continue to lock down Ray for even longer there. Solstice taking game number 1.
And thank you, Izzy the Reaper, for the sub. Really appreciate you using your prime here and supporting TNS. Alright, second game, kicking off here, both making that space, putting stuff out, close slash, down to the knockdown, go blocking the overhead, makes the escape, and makes more room as RTW really doing their best to defend against the Tekken string style pressure of Ramlethal.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess if you're not too familiar with Ramlethal, that is important to know that Ramlethal's moves do not work in the same way that the other characters in this game work, where they have the regular gatherings of PK, SH. Instead, we have a weird Tekken root system. And we're seeing a lot of 2K 5P rates here from Solstice, like we're seeing right there, 2K 5P, because you can actually go for 2K 5P 2K, which actually gives you, or 2K 5KK, which gives you a low, or 2K 5PP, which gives you an overhead. And you also see a lot of like staggers where you do 2K 2K or 2P 2P to kind of like keep them locked up in the air to carry them further and further into the corner. So we'll be seeing that a little bit more here.
So the pressure from Solstice, doing a very good job of it. Overhead just getting blocked, but a 6P after the nice block on that. RTW still light lively, gets stuck into the corner here, has a burst just in case, gets the air dash, should be able to close out here with one more solid hit. There's the blitz, but the throw, no easy way to maneuver there as a fish took the hit, allowing the grab to come through.
JS. Ray just trying to space out Solstice here with those JS's. There's the command grab. And that should let us set up double sword.
That's not something that you see Solstice use very often. It's probably one of the least special moves that they use. Sprinkling it in here and there is a little bit of difference. They're going into trance to be an effective way to just finish the job there. It's one of the best round enders coming out from Solstice.
Yeah, you generally don't see the command grab all too much because generally there are just better things that Ramlethal could be doing, but it is still a command grab at the end of the day, right? And command grabs are very strong. One of their strongest aspects actually is the fact that they can't be thrown in response, right? And within a game with invulnerable or like frame 1 throws is very important that you actually have an option like that.
Yeah, there you go. There's a low here. RTW does not block the 2D with the sword behind it. It's going to allow us to get a good chunk of damage. We have trance just in case after the next hit to close out with the instant overhead. Just tapping your head like a cat knocking the glass of water off the shelf. Solstice 2 up against RTW.
Yeah, 2 up. I almost thought we were going to be seeing that at 1-1. Solstice has a way to play with our feelings, and Ray is almost there, but not able to really finish the job when we get to that final round that we need to take. Bad start here for Ray, as Solstice should be able to set up double sword here, unless Ray spends that burst, which I'll say is smart there. In to do Laserfish is also pretty big, and taking the burst from Solstice is going to be important, especially after we make those swords with.
6P, not going to hit the mark. get into that close spot, but it's RTW still stuck in the corner. The Clash Wars, Solstice wins it out. There's the setup, but a crouch slash. Anti-air. Lets RTW make some room. But Solstice just gets right back in. There's no hard knockdown as this is a light character. But that time we're going to get the hit, and now it's a guess for game. Nice mash out though. Alright, we're pressing buttons. We're just doing what we can to survive.
Bar slash, anti-air, and Solstice immediately converting off of that. One more round is all we need to make it into grands. Right, sets up the laserfish. There's going to be a lot of damage here. And a sneaky cross-up as well. Going to get some extra damage on top of Solstice. Going for the laserfish in that sequence just so that we can guarantee that we don't get stuck in the corner accidentally against Solstice. And Ray is playing this to a T, really.
Pretty good letter to pick. I'm a fan of that. But can RTW close out though? All Solstice really needs is a little bit of momentum. Is going to find it here with the anti-air. Another jump slash. Going to send RTW into the corner. It's a nice little knockdown. Sword set. There's the low. Nice blocks here from RTW. The 6P is going to hit. And we're going to be able to set up.
Bro. Oh my god, Ray's so close! Trance comes out! Kills the fish! Can we make it over? Yes, we do! Air dash over! That's one of the big difficulties about trying to pop Trance at full screen like that. It's not like Calvados where it inhabits the entire screen and you are forced to block it. There is a dead zone after its initial launch.
Alright, signs of life from RTW. If they can get a game, they can go a little bit further and try to make that comeback happen. Already setting up really good with the left-rights mid-screen. Solstice, though, IVing super well, but that light delay is going to get the low. Good blocks on the overheads. The up back is strong, but the far slash gets a tag.
Fish gonna pull down Solstice. Oh, the air dash in with the JS by P by JH. Call sword.
Okay. Nice from Ray, though. Ice Spike. Kills the sword with the 5P as well. Gets the meaty hit, and now we're going to have to guess the throw. Great guess from Solstice. Oh, beautiful tech.
Ooh, okay, Ice Arrow going to interrupt Solstice for just a moment, but immediately pressing those buttons to get right back into Ray's face here. Double sword, finds the knockdown. Double sword again, finds the knockdown. Double sword again. We have meter. We have burst on the side of Ray, but we can't burst out of a super like this. And the final mix-up from Solstice as Ray folds and Solstice moves to the side. But this is kind of like the run back, right?
Yep, that's what to say. This is the match that sent Solstice to losers before top 8 as Minu took that set. Can Minu close out here and be the TNS champion? It'll be exciting to see. We're going to jump right in. It's going to be a first to 3. Solstice can win 3 games. It'll get that reset. Minu's not going to make it easy. Man, Ram versus Zato in a grand finals. I've missed this. I've missed Zato grand finals. This is great.
Wait, does Eddie low profile as far slash, right?
When you say Eddie, do you mean the summon, right?
I mean the summon, yeah.
Okay. Just okay, 'cause I get confused because it was called Eddie back in the XX days, XX, right? So yeah. Ooh, Dead Man's Hand. I'm commentating matches. Sorry, we get a command grab, catching Solstice, chilling out and getting tossed out. But yeah, people wonder some certain things. So it's very tricky to hit them. You need to do like 2D like you saw there, right? Or different buttons.
Yeah, I was like, I think I just saw that Eddie go under the far slash again. So yeah, that is actually pretty important. The fact that Eddie can actually low profile some of Ramlethal's most important pokes. And having to go for these stub your lower options, it makes it a little bit more difficult to play neutral in contest space against Zato if Minu is smart about his placements.
Oh, the burst! Get wall stick for your trouble, but you block the dust. A small drop from Solstice, kind of uncommon. But little Eddie gets tagged, sent away, and tough spot to be in if you're Minu. Solstice tying up rounds.
One thing you mentioned, like I think 2 sets ago with Solstice, where you said that Ramlethal actually builds the opponent a lot of bursts. It's really funny the fact that you're able to build a lot of burst because you find so many hits against them, but the burst doesn't really matter because so many of our combos are burst safe.
Yeah, it's finding those right times is super important when you have situations like that, right? But a big situation for Solstice finds a counter hit. Minu's going to take a lot of damage here. As where Solstice is setting up for the next hit to the trance. Doesn't get the instant overhead, but does find a multi-jump in. Now we're set up for a great spot to finish it here.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, man, it is crazy watching Ramlethal in XRD because like every single time you see her build up like 50 meter and they only have like, I don't know, 10% of their health bar left, you're like, oh my god, it's over.
Oh, like that. The air to airs there from Minu, but just gonna get hit once more from the top rope.
Okay, the 2K kill on the Eddie. That was great awareness there from Solstice and able to immediately capitalize off of it with some smart sword placements as well.
There it is, Damn Fang, we set up here. It was not the trap on the floor. Instead, we went for a dead man's hand. So Little Eddie's going to be out of the picture for a little bit. But Minu's got all this pressure. Yeah, gets the invite hell RC kill. Nice.
Yeah, and Solstice not going to be bothering with the burst here. Going to hold on to it for this next round. Minu without burst at the start of this round. Solstice going to just round start, far slash, keep it simple, keep it safe, close slash into the Jaro. This should take Minu into the corner now and have both swords set up afterwards as well after this 5D sequence.
Okay. Dead angle's available for Minu just in case. Really good dead angle too because it has that nice knockdown. The 2H animation is really good as well. Nice confirm, going to the corner, the unsummon as well, into the Noboru, getting tagged, air throw as well, and now Minu. Dead man's hand again. We are two for three so far.
Yes, indeed. Super coming out. No, won't land. And that's going to be the trance in response. Spent a lot of meter on that super, so Minu is actually intending to hold on to that meter and built up a little bit by blocking the trance in that moment, but unfortunately not enough to make an impact there in that final moment there for Minu as we go into the final round yet again. But can we close it out on the side of Minu? That is the question. JH into the 214S, 214H. Solstice taking Minu into the corner.
Maybe Ramlethal built enough meter for an RC there, because of just how much meter build she gets off of these strings, and you see how much life Minu has already lost as 2 up for Solstice, literally off of just like one air-to-air hit. That was actually insane. Oh man, Solstice on a tear.
One thing to note is the swords also, you can mix up the timing of them. So you have 2 different variations. You have the quick one, but it only hits basically above it or below it or to the left and right. And then you have like the big one, which is slower, but it covers more space. So we're seeing how Solstice is actually mixing up a lot of these swords. So like, which one are we going to choose? Are we going to go for the big one that covers more space, or are we going to go for the quicker one to keep you locked down in the corner? And we see Solstice actually favor that quicker one a lot of the time, just so we can get that quick pot shot in before Minu can press a button. But you still got to be careful, because if you give Ramlethal enough room, then the big sword comes out like that.
Yeah, trance to close it out here, no problem. Once more, Solstice clean and nice, putting a bow on it, but has to tighten it up if they want to get this reset 1 round away. 2S round start, trade has been consistent, the air throw low from Solstice into the low. It's going to get the sequence into Darwo, immediate burst out from Minu, but the Shadow Gallery is going to connect. Here comes Little Eddie for some pressure. Damn fan! Oh, I love it.
By hell, getting that Eddie meter back, but Eddie instantly kicking the bucket there.
Ooh, big missed it, pushing the air throw. Shadow Gallery RC again. Both players using their meter very effectively. And right under, like you mentioned, that low profile, Little Eddie just moving forward. Counter at 2H, that should be enough. Oh, not quite.
And not quite, and Solstice banking on using both of those swords to lock down Minu from full screen, as well as setting up the super as well. You don't normally see it used in that application, but it was smart to try to push Minu into the corner. Unfortunately though, Minu is just really good at mashing.
Oh no, that's 100% a good skill, just like calling out the burst would break the law. Someone call. No, actually no one call anybody on this. You keep breaking the law, it's okay. We like a criminal around here.
Break the law, avoiding burst is one of the coolest things you can do in this game. In any Guilty Gear game.
But you're still stuck in here. You're gonna need a lot of law breaking if you want to get out of this jail. Command grab whiff on the side of Solstice, but gets an air grab into the sword summon.
Yeah, Dead Angle does not want to hold that super because Minu knows it's going to come eventually.
Nice. Good on summon. It's gonna bring out little Eddie again here, but the Nobu is gonna get sniped by the jump slash. The trade
This is
here.
really bad. This is really bad.
Shadow Gallery, hold on. It's pretty good. But immediate wake up. The burst is there. We have a lot of meter on the side here. Ooh.
Eddie Gage about to run out. Eddie Gage has been depleted. This is Solstice's time to try and find a way out. 5P mash into the J2D.
Amorphous forcing the block.
Block. Both players playing at full screen. Solstice has those swords back. YRC, JS coming through. The flight at the top of the screen, avoiding all these moves from Solstice. Both players one touch away. The 5K, and we just lock it into the next K follow up there for Solstice as we take down Minu 3-0 in the reset, but Solstice still has to win one more set here. Minu was on winner's side, and now Solstice is going to be dragging Zato here to hell along with him.
Hey, you invite someone to hell enough times, they're gonna come down here and say, hell yeah, alright. You come here too, but the knockdown's good. Nice little unsummon back into some more Nobiru. Good pressure with the jumps on this. As Solstice now has to fight to survive in this corner. Damn Fang's gonna whiff. We're gonna see no, not quite a Shadow Gallery yet. Has the meter for the RC just in case.
JS into far slash into the Daro. And look at that, the corner carry. This is what I'm talking about with the 5K 5P into the 5K 5P. Stopping the string early and going for it again to extend combo. Get as much corner carry as possible.
Double trance, and Morpheus is gonna come out. It's gonna not hit as the backdash survives through. Let me show you what a good super looks like as Trant closes it. What's up?
We have used Amorphous like 4 times, 5 times in this tournament. I don't think a single one hit.
No, it's you don't expect Amorphous to hit. The thing about Eddie in this game is his supers are stinky. They are just like, this is a YRC machine. Amorphous is there as like a, hey, please stop, but that's about it. Okay.
All right, calling back those swords.
Screen time. Get to 6P just to get some lockdown. Clean hit as well. Unsummoned. Gonna have the Nobiru just in case and keep Solstice in the pressure cooker.
Multiple overheads, finding the mark on Solstice. 6P.
Oh, gets right past the dead angle. That's a good check. Solstice bringing out a little bit of that character tech into the trance. Game 1, all on the back of the spin, the double low, going right under the dead angle. A lot of dead angles can hit high, so if your character can get low profile, you can smoke them.
Heaven or hell. Duel. 1.
Yeah, also, Minu has to probably be a little more careful in some of these situations, like trying to go for that solo mix with Zato we saw earlier. Because the problem is, if we don't have Eddie to be able to cover yourself when you go for a mix like that, then you do leave yourself susceptible for an option like 6P we saw from Solstice. Right now, though, Minu is showing us what Zato can do right off rip. Already building up a decent lead, but starting to disappear rather quickly, it feels like. Solstice now putting Minu into the corner. Blitz shield finding our way out.
No reset for you. Now you're in the sandwich, but a dead angle actually gets out of the sandwich. Luckily, if you hit Eddie, it unsummons Little Eddie, or hit Zato, it unsummons Little Eddie there. So if Minu can find a way out, they can get the summon again. But it looks like they may not survive this.
Yeah. Because, yeah, we can just do double sword. There's not really anything that Minu could have done. I think. Well, no, if we were able to block it all out, I think we should be fine. But, you know, that's easier said than done, right?
Well, they tried a dead angle, but Solstice did the summon, which kept Ramlethal in the air just a little bit longer. So far, though, another big round for Minu as they're starting to get some stuff going, but it's just been Solstice finding a chance. The backdash for Minu going to get caught, and the slidey is going to actually stuff the attempt to escape to Minu's defensive habits. Getting called out, and jump dust is going to hit.
Saw. Oh my god, Solstice blocking it all. Minu trying their best to open up. Solstice is finally going to be able to find it there with the empty jump low, but unfortunately doesn't find a meaty combo there against Solstice, as Minu is going to be taking a few hits here and sent to the other side of the screen. Oh no, we have to be meter. We have enough for a super. Oh no, Solstice, another round.
We finished the string. We finished the string as Minu got caught trying to challenge right then and there. Solstice, 5 games straight here in Grand Finals. One more away from being your TNS number 15 champion for XRD. Minu's got to turn this around somehow. Has been getting these great starts, has just not been able to close it out. Taking out Little Eddie, and the air-to-airs from Solstice. Off to the corner you go.
I've seen some of these J8Ds.
Good calls here.
Against Zato.
His mobility is really fun to watch. It's just been navigating with Zato so well. And I love that. Break the law, pull back away enough to let Little Eddie catch up. Hell yeah.
Yeah, can we talk about these JHs from Solstice as well, right? The way we use JH to be able to kill Eddie from above is so smart there.
Yeah, mega hitboxes do a good job, but think about Little Eddie, he's always coming back. Damned Fang, we should be able to get the kill here, no problem. Minu with a round.
Alright. Minu looking to finally take a game here against Solstice. Trying to get a point on the board, trying to get something on the board here as Solstice preventing Minu from seeing that number go up. Solstice going for the projectile that time, maybe expecting a jump out from Minu. And when you block the projectile like that, Minu does have an opportunity to try and move forward a little bit. That's exactly what we're doing here.
And then, yeah, jump back dust. Getting rid of the summon sword, but Solstice still finds a hit anyway. It's going to give Minu a lot of burst back since we're potentially going to a game 3 here if Minu cannot block this out. And that should be the round, no problem. Solstice, tournament point.
Yeah, and Minu finally getting that burst back, so both players going to be starting with a burst here. This could potentially be the final round of this set of this tournament. And Eddie immediately getting killed by that JH that we've been seeing Solstice really abuse so far. Projectile, there's the heavy sword. Going out to hold that one because we're within that range. Heavy sword going to help us convert off of this combo. And that burst finally coming out from Minu, trying to separate Solstice from those swords. Without that Eddie, it can be a little bit hard to try and establish pressure immediately after and prevent Solstice from getting those swords back down.
Okay, such a tough spot. We escape the trance, but the air throw is good. Solstice setting up the swords again. Time to party here to try to finish the job. The command grab right back at you. That should do it. Your champion again is Solstice, taking a 6th straight win out of losers to take TNS XRD.